Artificial intelligence is advancing so quickly. From chatbots to driverless cars, it feels like AI is changing the way we work. But I've been wondering, will AI create more jobs or take them away? What do you both think?
I think AI will actually create more opportunities than it destroys. New industries will emerge, and jobs in areas like AI development, data analysis, and robotics will increase.
That's a positive view, but we can't ignore the risks. Many routine and repetitive jobs are already being replaced by machines. Customer service, manufacturing, and even some writing tasks are now automated. Millions of people could lose their livelihoods if they don't reskill.
Yes, both of you raise good points. Personally, I think the impact depends on how societies adapt. If governments and companies invest in training workers with new skills, AI could be a tool for progress. But without planning, it might widen the gap between skilled and unskilled workers.
Exactly. AI can take over boring, repetitive tasks, leaving humans free to focus on creative and strategic work. For instance, in healthcare, AI can analyze medical data faster, while doctors spend more time on patient care. This makes work more meaningful.
True, but in many sectors, especially in developing countries, people rely on simple jobs like driving, data entry, or basic factory work. If AI takes over, not everyone will have the chance or resources to retrain.
That's a real concern. Another issue is inequality. AI benefits tech-savvy nations more, while poorer countries may struggle. This could increase the global economic divide.
Yes, but let's not forget the positive side. AI also improves productivity, lowers costs, and boosts innovation. It can even help fight climate change by optimizing energy use. So while some jobs disappear, new ones, like AI ethics experts or machine learning engineers, will emerge.
I agree, but we must make sure education systems prepare students for these new jobs. Right now, many schools and universities are still focused on outdated skills. Without a change, workers will be left behind.
So, to sum up, AI will definitely transform jobs. It offers huge opportunities for innovation and efficiency, but also poses risks like unemployment and inequality.
I've been thinking a lot about exams lately. They seem to be the main way schools and universities judge a student's ability. But are examinations really the best way to measure what someone knows and can do? What do you both think?
I don't think exams are the best measure. They usually test memory rather than true understanding. A student might memorize information just for the test and forget it soon after. Real ability should be measured by skills like problem solving, creativity, and teamwork, which exams often ignore.
That's true, but exams also have some advantages. They provide a standard method to compare students fairly. Without exams, it might be difficult to judge who has learned more.
Yes, I see both points. Personally, I feel exams are important, but they should not be the only way to judge students. For example, some students perform poorly under pressure, even if they understand the material well.
Exactly. That's why continuous assessment, like projects, presentations, and practical work, should also be included. These give students a chance to show skills in different ways, not just in a 3-hour test.
I agree, but we must also consider that exams prepare students for real-world challenges. In jobs, too, there are deadlines and pressure. Exams test how students perform under such conditions, so they're not entirely useless.
Good point. But I think exams should evolve with time. For instance, open book exams or application-based questions can test real understanding rather than rote learning.
Yes, and assessment should focus on overall development, communication skills, creativity, leadership, and emotional intelligence. These are equally important abilities, but they rarely get measured in exams.
True. Another issue is inequality. Some students have access to better coaching or resources, which gives them an advantage in exams. So exams may not always be a fair judge of natural ability.
That's very important. So, to sum up, exams provide structure, standardization, and discipline, but they have limitations like stress, unfair advantages, and focus on memorization.
With the growing concerns about climate change and limited fossil fuels, I've been wondering, what does the future of renewable energy look like? Do you think it will truly replace conventional energy sources, or will it just remain a partial solution?
I believe renewable energy is the future. Solar, wind, and hydropower are already expanding rapidly. Many countries are investing heavily, and as technology improves, costs are coming down. I think it's only a matter of time before renewables dominate global energy production.
That's true, Neha, but the transition is not simple. Fossil fuels are still the backbone of the global economy, and industries rely heavily on them. Shifting to renewable sources requires massive infrastructure changes, government policies, and long-term planning. It won't happen overnight.
Yes, I agree with both of you. Personally, I feel optimistic because renewable energy is not only sustainable, but also environmentally friendly. However, challenges like energy storage and efficiency need to be solved before it can fully replace traditional sources.
Exactly. Battery technology is improving, and innovations like smart grids are helping to manage supply and demand. Once storage becomes more reliable, renewable energy will be able to provide consistent power, even when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing.
But we also need to consider economic and social factors. In some developing countries, renewable projects are too costly. Governments may prefer cheaper fossil fuels to support economic growth. Without strong international cooperation and financial support, renewables might not grow as fast everywhere.
That's a good point. On the other hand, renewable energy creates jobs and promotes innovation. For example, solar panel manufacturing and wind turbine installation are growing industries. This could benefit economies in the long run.
So, to sum up, the future of renewable energy is promising due to technological progress, job creation, and environmental benefits. Lately, I've noticed that many students struggle with stress, anxiety, and even depression. Some say mental health awareness in schools and colleges is improving, while others argue that it's still not given enough attention. What do you think? Should mental health awareness be a bigger priority for students?
I think it should definitely be a top priority. Students face academic pressure, competition, and even social expectations, which can be overwhelming. Awareness programs can help students recognize early signs of stress or mental health issues and encourage them to seek support before things get worse.
I agree, but I also feel that awareness is still lacking. Many students don't talk about their problems because of stigma. They fear being judged as weak or incapable. Schools and universities should create safe spaces where students can share their concerns without embarrassment.
That's true. Personally, I feel mental health is as important as physical health. Just like we have health checkups, there should be regular counseling sessions or workshops to maintain mental well-being.
Exactly. Awareness helps in breaking stereotypes. Many people still think mental health problems only happen to adults, but students face them too. Exam stress, bullying, homesickness, or even social media pressure can all affect young minds.
But there's also the issue of resources. Not every school or college has trained counselors. Even when they exist, the ratio of students to counselors is often very high. Some institutions treat mental health as optional rather than essential, which reduces its impact.
So, to sum up, mental health awareness among students helps in reducing stigma, identifying problems early, and creating supportive environments. However, challenges like lack of resources, stigma, and insufficient training for staff still need to be addressed.
I've been thinking about globalization lately. Some people say it brings many benefits, like trade, travel, and cultural exchange, while others argue it has negative effects. What do you think? Are the advantages of globalization greater than the disadvantages?
I believe globalization has many advantages. It allows countries to trade goods and services efficiently, creating economic growth and job opportunities. People can access products, technology, and services from all over the world. Students, for instance, can study abroad or learn from global online resources, which increases knowledge and exposure.
That's true, Dia, but globalization also has drawbacks. It can lead to inequality, as wealthy nations or corporations often benefit more than developing countries. Local industries and small businesses sometimes struggle to compete with global companies, which can hurt the economy and cause unemployment.
I see both sides. Personally, I feel globalization promotes cultural exchange too. People learn about different traditions, languages, and lifestyles.
Exactly. Globalization also encourages innovation and collaboration. Companies and researchers worldwide can share ideas, technology, and expertise. This speeds up progress in fields like medicine, science, and information technology, benefiting people globally.
But there are also social and environmental concerns. Globalization can lead to cultural homogenization, where smaller cultures lose their uniqueness.
That's a valid point. At the same time, globalization gives students and professionals more opportunities to grow. Working or studying abroad, participating in international conferences, or collaborating with global teams develops skills and broadens perspectives.
Yes, and governments can regulate globalization to reduce negative effects. Policies that protect local industries, labor rights, and the environment can ensure that globalization is fair and sustainable.
So, to sum up, globalization brings economic growth, cultural exchange, innovation, and opportunities for learning. The key is to maximize benefits while minimizing disadvantages through smart policies and awareness.
Exactly. Globalization is neither entirely good nor entirely bad. It depends on how countries, corporations, and individuals manage it.
Thank you for watching this video. Will help you a lot, and subscribe our channel Vital PTE Academy to see more education related videos of PTE Academy. I will meet you in next video.